Welcome to the Sunblood Network, home of where you could be taught the technology of your mind and body, right? So, I wanted to share more of my journey. Yeah, yeah. Today was great. It was. You know? Another great one. You know what I'm saying? But no, I enjoyed this existence. It was so funny because I'm paying attention to how the psychology of people's minds are. And then I'm paying attention to my mind too, right? Now, this is what I notice sometimes with myself. Sometimes I can experience with others, right? In the experience, I can understand certain things and I'd be like, okay, let me see something real quick. All right, let me see what this experience is truly about. What is it really? What's the core, right? Go into that experience, figure out what the individual is about, right? Now, this is the thing that I realized with myself. I was like, yo, I'm not even mad about what they did. Now, let me ask you a question, okay? If you have an emotional tie to people, right? And let's say they know it, right? Would it be smart to have an emotional tie with them if they can use the emotional tie against you? See? Now that's just with self. Because everybody, we all programmed to look at the next person and say, you wrong. No, don't get me wrong. They did wrong. But can I ask you a question, right? If they did wrong the first time and it shows you what they are, right? Did they do wrong did they really do wrong to you? Or did they show you the wrong, right? And if you don't take the wrong, it's not applied to yourself. Thank you. Hmm? Mm. You had to see it, right? So you can know it, right? So how is it done to you, right? If the first time you got to see it, this you don't know this shit. You don't know about this person, but you got to see it. Now, that's the first time it happened. Now let me ask you a question. Now this with yourself. Right here, you got to see the biggest world red flags. Is you going to ignore? No, because you can see. So let me ask you a question. What you gonna do? I'm gonna tell you what I do in my world. It's only one or two. It's two things I do. I'm apply correction, and if correction cannot be accepted by the mind frame, hit my second button. Evade. We out of here. Got it? It's just that easy. It's just that easy. That's why people look at me like, bro, how the fuck you just do that with people just that easy? Because I'm not in the argumentative mindset. Even if you wrong, I'm not gonna argue with you about the shit. I'm just gonna, hey, yo, you listen. You did this, right? All right, this the correction right here. Do. You ain't gotta take that shit. But it just let me know you don't have the characteristic of correctfulness in your mind. So we not aligned. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what's in your mind. That way I know we align with each other. That's it. The average person looking at like, I'm doing this shit to piss you off, but you revealing everything that's on your mind. Perspective, right? Right. You just let me know everything about, how you move. You ain't doing it against me. The only way you doing it against me is this. Let me show you. You showed me the first time, right? And then I'd be a dumbass to myself, ignore myself for what I'm supposed to do, right, in that situation and allow you to continuously do it. Thank you. There you go. Got it? Because now you're in acceptance of it. There you go. That's how you got to look at the game. You got to look at the game like that. Start looking at the game like that a little bit more, you get way better. It's not happening to you. Especially if it happened the first time. Oh, no. It didn't happen to you. Just let you know what type of individual they are. There you go. There you go. That way you know what you partner with. You got it? All right. That's it. Now, it start happening to you if you start accepting it. It start happening second time, third time, fourth. Yeah, you in acceptance of it now. Yeah, and the person, I'm going to show you this. The person is looking at it like, you let it happen the first time, you ain't say nothing. So they're looking at it like, shit, I could do it the second time, you ain't say nothing. And you got to understand with the mind frames. The mind frames deal with characteristics too. So let me ask you a question. Every time you ignore yourself, right, of either correcting someone or basically getting away from them, right, your characteristic is being set to accept what they're doing to you. Right. You're basically becoming a servant towards them. That's what you're doing. Okay? I would suggest you be a pleaser towards yourself. A people pleaser don't really get by too well. Yeah, they don't really get by too well. They'll tell you a people pleaser, oh, yeah. Nah. Okay? So you got to always understand that with the minds, okay? When you're dealing with another individual. Even with your own mind. You got to understand that, like, if an individual, if you go correct someone, right? And they go ignore, that lets you know they don't have self-correctors in their mind to accept self-correctors. They're looking at it self-correction as in, oh, you're arguing with me. No, I'm correcting you. And they don't have that in them, leave them right there. Don't argue with them. You ain't got to do none of that. They'll crash out on something. Yeah, they'll crash out on something. That's what usually always happens. When you don't have discipline, usually you're going to crash into something. And when they crash into something, it's going to be something bigger than what they expected it to be. Something that's going to be bigger than what they can actually consume. It's going to end up consuming them. That's what happened to people with no discipline. No aberration, no ambition. They fall down on the ground. You could join their team if you want to. You could learn a lot of things from people that do self-destruction. You could learn a lot of things from them. No, I'm trying to tell you, they one of the best audience. You think I'm being sarcastic, don't you? No, hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. You think I'm being sarcastic, right? I'm not. Just hear me out. What you got to understand is you can be around negative people, but you can be from afar from them. You don't have to be directly in their faces and all that stuff and talking to them and interacting. You don't have to do that. You can watch from afar. It's just like two people arguing, right? And you just watching an argument. When you're watching an argument, don't tell yourself, oh, this person, stop doing that. Just watch it. And see what type of intelligence you gain out of it. Then you start understanding something with yourself like, okay, if I was in that situation, I would conduct myself like this. All right, if that ever play out, I got the mindset to know how to play that the right way. So a lot of things you can learn from negative people. It's a lot. Not to become them. If you don't want to become something, don't you need to know about it so you don't become it? Setups. Got it, right? All right. There's nothing wrong with them. They do that to themselves. They're just programmed to believe they're doing it to someone else. And that's a lie. Because your body goes into action. The technology of your eye doesn't look or see. Yeah, that's what they're telling them in the third dimension of consciousness. That's the conscious that they got, the third dimension consciousness. Go ask them, what is your eye doing? It's looking and seeing. It's doing 2 words. Shit funny, ain't it? Lower intelligence. You understand? The eye, right, is doing 1 or 2 words. When anyone can tell you, like, nah, the eye got to be doing more than 2 words. Yeah, doing way more than that. See? Shit is crazy around this camp. God damn. Hold on. What? What are you talking about? Someone said, now I'm just reading the comment, okay? The person named Zip, right? ZIP, right there at the bottom. I'm just rereading their comment, okay? The individual said, don't pay attention to, I don't know who that is, the W one. But you said Young Pharaoh. Why you say that?